Malaga is often seen as a gateway to Costa del Sol, a busy coastal city that attracts visitors for many different reasons. Some come for the beaches and sunshine, others for the historic center, museums, restaurants and lively atmosphere. Many use the city as the base for exploring Andalusia. We visited at the end of September, when summer was slowly coming to an end. The sea already felt a little too cold for us, which left us wondering, if not for the beach, then what makes Malaga worth visiting. La Malagueta is the heart of beach life in Malaga. Just a few minutes from the city center, its wide sandy shoreline attracts both locals and visitors throughout the year. When we were there at the end of the season, the beach was still full of people. Just a few steps from La Malagueta, Muelle Uno offers a different side of Malaga. Stretching along the harbor, its waterfront promenade is lined with cafes, restaurants, shops, and outdoor terraces overlooking the water. On one side are rows of moored yachts and boats, while on the other, visitors wander between restaurants, ice cream stands, and small boutiques. The city's lighthouse stands nearby and is one of Malaga's best-known landmarks. Muelle Uno is undoubtedly one of the most tourist-oriented parts of the city, but it never felt overwhelming. Instead, it felt like a place designed for slow walks and relaxed evenings by the sea. As the midday heat became harder to ignore, heading into the narrow streets of the old town seemed like the obvious solution. The buildings offered plenty of shade, and we imagined a quieter side of the city, away from the open waterfront. The historic center turned out to be a maze of narrow streets, almost entirely devoted to visitors. Outdoor cafes filled every square and corner, boutiques displayed their goods along the sidewalks, and souvenir shops spilled onto the streets with colorful displays. Of course, Malaga is one of the most popular destinations in Andalusia, but even so, the sheer number of people in the old town caught us by surprise. After escaping the busy streets of the old town, we found exactly what we were looking for, just a few minutes away. Parque de Málaga, located between the waterfront and the historic center, turned out to be the real oasis in the middle of the city. Surrounded by dense greenery and tall trees, the park offers a completely different atmosphere, a quiet place to escape the midday heat, away from the crowds, noise, and constant movement of the streets. The sounds of traffic and the nearby harbor slowly disappear, replaced by birds singing and the sound of leaves moving in the breeze. One of the most unique and memorable places in Malaga is the central market, called Mercado de Atarazanas. The air is filled with the smell of fresh seafood, ripe fruit, and freshly browned coffee. The stalls are packed with everything the sea has to offer, from tiny anchovies to almost alien-looking sea creatures. The fruit and vegetable sections adds even more colorful, creating a completely different atmosphere with bright displays of local produce. But this market is not just a place to walk around and look, it's also a great place to taste Malaga, from olives and jamón to local cheeses and other specialties. And if you are curious, there are plenty of local drinks to discover as well, adding another layer to the experience. Leaving the market behind, we found ourselves on Calle Marqués de Larios, the main artery of Malaga's historic center. The elegant pedestrian street connects many of the city's important places and is always full of movements. Locals meet here, visitors wander between shops and cafes, and the whole street feels like a place where daily life happens in the open. At the end of Larios Street lies Plaza de la Constitución, one of the city's main gathering points. Surrounded by historic buildings, cafes, and constant activity, the square feels less like a monument and more like the living center of Malaga, a place where people naturally stop, meet, and spend time together. Just a few blocks from Constitution Square stands Malaga's impressive Cathedral. A visit to its rooftop offers one of the best views over the city, with the old town below, the surrounding hills and historic fortress, and the harbor stretching towards the Mediterranean. The view is definitely worth the climb, although with the guided tour there isn't much time to simply stop and enjoy it. Above the cathedral, Malaga is dominated by two historic fortresses, Alcazaba and Gibraltar. The Alcazaba, located closer to the city, is the easier one to reach and explore. Higher up on the hill stands Gibraltar Castle. Getting there requires a bit more effort, but the reward is one of the best panoramic views in Malaga. From the top, the whole city opens up in front of you. The old town, the harbor, the coastline, and the surrounding hills all come together in one wide view. When the heat starts to fade, walking along Malaga's waterfront becomes a completely different experience. Without the need to hide from the intense midday sun, you can simply slow down, enjoy the fresh evening air, and take in everything around you. Beautiful buildings, outdoor cafes, small shops, and the lively atmosphere that makes the waterfront such a pleasant place to spend time. The promenade is a great place to look for dinner with plenty of options along the way. During one of our walks, we discovered a small jamón shop where the owner was carefully slicing the meat by hand straight from the leg right in front of us. After seeing that, living without trying a portion of this classic Spanish delicacy was simply impossible. Continuing our slow walk along the waterfront, we eventually found ourselves back in La Malagueta, the same beach that welcomed us with the first morning light. By the end of the day, it felt like a completely different place. The noisy groups from the afternoon were gone, the beach had become quiet, and the whole atmosphere slowed down. People walked calmly along the shore, enjoying the warm breeze and the peaceful evening. As the sun disappeared, the sky slowly changed from the soft pink tones to deeper shades of blue, while the mountains surrounding the city turned into dark silhouettes in the distance. By sunset, Malaga felt like a completely different city. The crowds had faded, and the heat was gone, and everything seemed to move at a gentle pace. Along Palmeral de las Sorpresas, musicians and dancers performed right among the evening crowds. People stopped to watch for a few minutes, others continued their walk, while the music drifted across the waterfront. It was a small moment, but one that added even more life to an already vibrant city.